Good day everyone, I am Julius Marquio Pablayo from 3-15 BSNT. Today, I will be sharing with you one of the most powerful and thought-provoking novels of the 20th century, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This novel is not merely a story, it is a mirror that reflects the human heart, our sense of justice, compassion, and moral strength. Harper Lee once wrote, "It's a sin to kill a mockingbird." A simple yet it speaks volumes about innocence, prejudice, and the quiet voices that the world too often silences. The stories take place in the small, fictional town of Macomb, Alabama, during the Great Depression, a time of economic hardship and deep-seated racial inequality. The narrator, Scout Finch, looks back on her childhood with both nostalgia and wisdom. Scout lives with her brother Jem and their widowed father, Atticus Finch, a lawyer known for his strong sense of justice and integrity. As children, Scout and Jem spend their days playing with their friend, Dean, and they are particularly fascinated by their reclusive neighbor, Arthur Boo Radley. Boo never steps outside his house, and the children create countless stories about him, some frightening, some mysterious. But as the story unfolds, the real mysterious in Macomb is not Boo Radley. It is the injustice deeply rooted in their society. One day, Atticus is assigned to defend Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused of raping a young white woman named Mayila Ewell. Despite the lack of evidence and the obvious lies of the accusers, the town's prejudice blinds them to the truth. Atticus stands alone, facing anger and the hatred of many townspeople, who believes that defending a black man is shameful. Yet he teaches Scout and Jem that doing what is right is more important than doing what is popular. During the trial, Scout and Jem sit in the balcony, reserved for black citizens, witnessing their father's calm courage as he presents the truth with logic, fairness, and respect Tom Robinson's innocence. Clear, yet the jury convicts him simply because of his race. The verdict shatters the children's faith in justice. They realize that the world is not always fair, and that goodness is often punished rather than rewarded. Later, the story takes another emotional turn when Boo Radley, the man they once feared, quietly saves Scout and Jem from an attack by Bob Ewell, Mayila's father, who seeks revenge on Atticus for exposing his lies. Through this act of silent heroism, Scout finally understands what her father meant when he said that killing a mockingbird is a sin, because mockingbirds do nothing but sing their hearts out. They represent innocence and kindness, like Tom Robinson and like Boo Radley. In the end, To Kill a Mockingbird is more than a courtroom drama. It is a lesson in humanity. It teaches us that courage is not found in weapons or power, but in standing firm for the truth even when the world turns against you. It reminds us that empathy, the ability to step into another person's shoes and see through their eyes, is the foundation of justice and understanding. As Atticus Finch said, the one thing that doesn't abide by majority rule is a person's conscience. This novel invites us to look within ourselves, to challenge prejudice, to protect the innocent, and to listen to the voices that society ignores. To kill a mockingbird is to destroy innocence. To read this book is to rediscover our own humanity. Thank you for listening, and I hope this story moves you to see the world with compassion, fairness, and courage, just as Atticus Finch taught his children and generations of readers after them.